And then I think Governor might have another gun question, but Mark Fallon.
Sure.
Good to see you again.
Hi, good evening, Governor Malloy.
Good evening.
My name is Bill Lawlor from Connecticut, and one thing very noteworthy is your accessibility to these meetings at the town hall and also in the state capitol where I know we've actually, as each work group, approached you on something to get into that. So thank you for
Sure.
that. At a 2010 town hall meeting that you conducted, I brought to your attention workers' compensation corruption. I've been denied medical treatment, benefits, future hearings by the commissioner, shouted across the room over the phone while I was talking to the secretary. My case is a 23-year-old accepted claim for surgery deemed reasonable and necessary by the treating physician, which is the cornerstone of Connecticut's Workers' Compensation Act. Those words, reasonable or necessary, determined by the physician. This is the second denial by a commissioner at an informal level while being unrepresented without due process afforded under the statute. I have lost 22 years of my life living in chronic pain, lost my job, lost my home and my family, and then lost all my money paying for the $30,000 for a successful surgery the commissioner illegally denied me. In 2010, you did assign an aide for me to have, rapport with, and somewhere along the line that got dropped pretty quickly. In the following 3 years, last 3 years, I met with Lieutenant Governor Lyman and Attorney. No, I didn't meet with Attorney General George Jepson. We kind of crossed paths. We'll get to that. But a group of workers were in the cafeteria one day. We were able to approach you. We gave you a copy of the book by Patrice Volpel called The Crave and Difference, which outlines some Connecticut problems in workers' compensation, how corrupt it is, and across the nation. Never heard if you read it.
Sure. Well, so, you have a case, and I actually read some of the documentation that you dropped off or got to my office. I had people review your case. The Lieutenant Governor met with you. I've never denied you the opportunity to speak about this issue, nor do I intend to deny you the opportunity to speak about this issue in an appropriate setting. Suffices to say that upon examination, not everyone agrees with it. And that's hard to accept, I understand that. You have a belief that you've been treated unfairly. You've availed yourself of a process to have that determination made. You've had the opportunity to avail yourself of a judicial, not a quasi-judicial, which is the workers' compensation system, but a judicial judgment. You've had those opportunities, and people don't agree with you. And I know that that's hard and harsh. And I'm not in a position, I am not a workers' compensation commissioner, as you know, and I just say that for rhetorical purposes. They are appointed, they make decisions. Those decisions can in fact be appealed to the courts, and that's the proper recourse for someone like yourself. And let me say very clearly that I'm sorry for the injuries and the operation and everything that's happened to you. But the recourse is not through the governor. Having said that, we look at the system. The legislature reviews the system on an ongoing basis. Every year there's a number of proposals to change it in one way or change it in another way. Some of those changes get made, some of them don't get made. I've never said I wouldn't sign any changes to the system that came to me. I've never said that, no, I'm not going to do that. So there's also a political process that we engage in, which you and I are in the sense that we're having this dialogue, but I don't have the power to grant you what you're looking for. And that may be very frustrating to you. I just, this is not a job where you get to do everything. All right? Well, I'll give you 30 seconds more. Is that fair?
That's sort of fair.
Okay.
I've never had a formal hearing within the system. That's the procedure. That's what's being denied me, a formal hearing to present my case within the side of workers' compensation. Telephone denial, no more benefits, no more hearings, no more pain meds, no more medical treatment. I think you are the boss of an executive agency called workers' compensation. Okay, here's my question. Do you think telephone denials of statutory medical treatment appear acceptable or acceptable performance for your government to say over the telephone?
Let me say this, as somebody who practiced workers' compensation law in the past, you probably need it, you probably need an attorney. If that's what you're saying is the case, then you need your recourse to the courts. I think that there is a sizable disagreement about your case and how it's handled between yourself and the system. Okay.
Next.